please talk about UFC Fight Night 177, main event, Angela Hill against Michelle Waterson. Obviously, it was Glover Teixeira fell out of the fight due to testing positive to corona, and at his age, that's a death sentence, right? I mean, no, I kid. Teixeira's not even as old as you think he is. I can't remember how old he is, but I remember being shocked at, because in my head he's at least 50. You know what I mean? Well, however old he is, if he's 40, it's a hard 40. You know what I mean? But either way, that has meant that the Michelle Waterson Angela Hill fight has been pushed up to the main event. If I'm totally honest, I'm not betting on that fight because I think it only goes one way. It's that fight itself doesn't pique my interest too much. I mean, it has the potential to be a good fight. They're both they both stand up and they're both very good fighters. They're both very very accomplished. But my problem with Michelle Waterson is that all that's going to happen is she is going to go out there, she's going to throw some flashy stuff that isn't really going to do anything, she's going to keep her distance, she's going to smile, she's going to high five, she's going to say, yeah, we're going to put on a great show, and she's going to cruise to a decision loss with a smile on her face. And she'll be happy to do it. And that's what annoys me about Waterson. I hope I'm wrong, I hope that she doesn't do that on this occasion, but on too many occasions in the past, I've seen her just be too happy to lose. And that's not a trait that I look for in a fighter. That's what I would do if I was in the octagon. Do you know what I mean? And I ain't a fighter. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like you need to not be satisfied to cruise to a decision loss. And I feel like for the most part she is. That's exactly what she does. Paige Van Zandt suffered from the same problem, I thought. But either way, I'm not betting on that one because the odds on a decision win for Angela Hill very short. They're shorter than me, and I am not a tall man. So yeah, I'm not going to be putting any money on that one. However, there are some actually very good fights on the prelims here, which is excellent for me being in the UK because it means that the prelims start at 10 o'clock. I'm actually going to stay up and watch them. It's going to be good because you've got Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner he normally fights at lightweight. This fight that he's got this week against Brock Weaver is at catchweight. So, Jalen Turner, we'll get a picture of him here. Jalen Turner, the tarantula. He in fact weighed in last night with a tarantula in his hand because he's a baller. Because it's what he's all about. Either way, I don't know if he just likes tarantulas or whatever. His nickname is the tarantula. This guy, the sky's the limit, really. I've seen him fight a few times and he's just looked very impressive. Mostly because he is huge for that weight class. Huge. I mean, because like I said, he fights at 155. This one is a 165-pound catchweight fight. I don't know why that is. It's probably due to the fact that Jalen Turner was supposed to fight last week. Maybe they didn't want him weighing in twice. Because I can't imagine it's a good weight cut for him. Because the dude's 6'2". The dude is 6'2" and fights in the light heavyweight division, in the lightweight division. I apologise. Yeah, that's crazy. And he is big boy. He's a big boy. So, Jalen Turner, I've got the odds up here. So, to win, he's 1.29. He's the heavy favourite, obviously. Knockout is 1.80, which is what I think is the likely outcome in this one. Submission 15s, and you've got decision at 3.75. Now, I like the knockout in this one. I don't see it going any other way than the knockout, right? So 1.80. So remember that. Because obviously I'm not putting that bet on straight because those odds are not long enough for me. Do you know what I mean? That bet is not terrible enough. So I am going to put it together with something else. I'll get the odds up for Brock Weaver just so that you can see. This is the chap that he's fighting, Brock Weaver. This is why this is going to be an interesting fight because actually Brock Weaver's no slouch. He tends to, I don't know, he's a bit reckless. He's a bit Mike Perry-esque in a lot of ways. He's not the most technical, but he does go out there and you know what? I don't think he's got a chance in this fight. But you know who thinks he's got a chance in this fight? Brock motherfucking Weaver. Do you know, he believes he can win this fight. And I respect the hell out of that. I respect the hell out of that. I don't think it's going to happen. But, you know what? It's mixed martial arts. Anything can and often does happen. So for the win, you've got Brock Weaver at the 3.75. That's the kind of range that I usually like to have a little go on because I think it's a bit disrespectful to have any fighter at 3.75. This might be the exception though because Jalen Turner, I'm telling you, This guy has got future champion written all over him. Knockout for Weaver is 850, submissions 21, and decisions 6. Right? I don't think any of those are really worth betting on because I do not think because the main point is I don't think Brock Weaver wins this fight, but it should be at least a good exhibition, I believe, of Jalen Turner's skills. Keep an eye on this guy. Get on that hype train early. I love a good hype train. Do you know what I mean? All aboard the Jalen Turner hype train. Choo choo! I am all in. So yeah, get on that hype train early. That's what I'm jumping on. But like I said, I'm not having that 1.80 knockout on its own because we have another cracking matchup on paper. This Bobby Green against Alan Patrick. Now Alan Patrick is not someone that I'm super familiar with. He's 37 years old, which is old for that division. I think that's. I feel. I thought Bobby Green was quite old, but he's 3 years. Bobby Green senior. Either way, Bobby Green is the favourite in this one, and I think rightly so. When you look at like their kind of their records and the kind of people they've been fighting, well, saying that Bobby Green is not unbeatable. So when you've got the plus 350 on Alan Patrick, so I've got Alan Patrick up here. Alan Patrick, you've got the win, it's 350. You've got the KO, which is 11s. You've got submission 11s, and you've got decision 5.50. Again, I don't think any of those are going to happen because I do think that Bobby Green has shown recently that he's really very good. He's a very talented young man. He's just to win. Bobby Green, 1.35 for the win, or 3-3. Oh, I think it's 3-3. Sorry. The knockout is 4.33. The submission 9.50. We have seen Bobby Green going for guillotines here and there, so it's not outside the realms of possibility. And you got the decision at 2-1. So I am putting that together. That should be an entertaining fight as well. It's well worth a watch, this one, because Bobby Green, he always brings it. He's always talking trash and just going forwards and trying to land heavy, and I love that. Do you know what I mean? It's always fun to watch. So I am putting that together. I'm going with Bobby Green to get the finish. I think that he gets the finish here, which is the knockout or the submission. I'm combining that with the Turner knockout or TKO, which is 5.40 to 1. I'm having a go on that all day. That is a hashtag terrible bet. But these two fights are going to be far from terrible. And I'm going to enjoy watching these. And until next time, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.